So, if you're an entrepreneur selling online, you know the biggest challenge isn't just having a great product, right? It's getting noticed. It's trying to stand out in a digital world that is just packed with competition. Okay, let's dive into how you can really transform from being just another seller into a brand that customers actually choose, trust, and remember. And when I say packed, I really mean it. Right now in India, on major platforms like Amazon and Flipkart, you're competing with over 9.7 million other sellers. That's just a massive sea of products, all fighting for the same customer's attention.
And how much time do you have to capture that attention? About 500 milliseconds. Seriously, half a second. That is the lightning-fast window a customer spends deciding between you and a similar product. You blink, and you've lost them.
So this brings us to the most important question you can ask yourself as a business owner. It's not just, how do I list my product? No, it's way more fundamental. It's, why should a customer choose me? Answering this one question, well, that's the key to everything.
And the answer? It lies in a really crucial shift in your mindset. You've got to stop thinking about just selling a product and start thinking about building a brand. This is the fundamental difference between just surviving and actually thriving.
This slide here breaks it down perfectly. See, a product, that's made in a factory. It has features, it has a price, and honestly, anyone can copy it. But a brand? A brand is built in the customer's mind. It has a story, it has trust, and that makes it unique. You just can't copy a feeling.
And here's a perfect illustration of that point. Anyone can sell coconut hair oil in a bottle. That's a product. But Parachute, that's a brand. It represents trust, familiarity, and a story that's been passed down through generations in millions of Indian homes. That's the power we're talking about.
So how do you build that feeling? How do you create that trust? Well, it all comes down to tapping into the core psychology of why people buy in the first place. And that is emotional connection.
Now, this might surprise you. Research actually shows that a staggering 95% of our purchasing decisions are driven by emotion. It's that gut feeling, that sense of connection. Only 5% is purely logical, based on features and price. The logic, well, it often just comes in later to justify the emotional choice we've already made. So, here's the crucial insight. You have to win the customer's heart first. Because once you've done that, their mind and their wallet will follow. And your single most powerful tool for winning their heart? It's your brand story.
Okay, so let's look at some real-world examples of how a story can take a simple product listing and turn it into something legendary.
Here we have a pretty typical, kind of weak listing. It's just a list of facts, right? Handmade soap, 100 grams, natural ingredients. It's totally forgettable. There's no connection, no reason to choose this one over 100 others that look just like it. Now look at this. It's the same exact product, but with a powerful brand story. Anyanya's Skin Secret, born from a mother's love. All of a sudden, it's not just soap anymore. It's a story of care, of solving a real problem, of heritage. So which one do you trust more? Which one would you be willing to pay more for?
All right, let's move to a fantastic case study and see how this all comes together. This is Vanvana Kamari, a tribal farmer from Jharkhand. She was selling pure forest honey, but she was totally trapped in a price war, getting just 150 rupees per kilo in local markets.
Then, someone asked her a simple question. What is your story? And here it is. She started sharing her heritage, 4 generations of honey collection, the wild mahua flowers, the untouched purity of tribal India. This wasn't just honey anymore, it was a legacy in a jar. And the results of telling her story were absolutely transformative. She could now charge over 4 times the price, her sales grew 8 times, and customers loved the product, giving it a 4.8-star rating. This is real proof that an authentic story is your greatest competitive advantage.
So you're probably thinking, this is amazing, but how do I find my story? Well, it's simpler than you might think. Let's break down a practical toolkit you can start using right now.
Every great brand story is built on these 5 core elements. Why did you even start? What problem is your customer really facing? How is your solution unique? What makes you different? And, maybe most importantly, how does your customer's life get better after using your product? And here's a super simple formula to get you started. Just fill in the blanks. I started my brand because I saw that these customers were struggling with this problem. This structure helps you build a concise, powerful, and very human story in just a few sentences. I want you to just pause and think about this for a second.
Beyond just making a product, what is the deeper problem that you are truly passionate about solving for your customers? Your most authentic story lives right there, and the answer to that question.
So, what's the big takeaway here? In a crowded market, your story isn't just some nice-to-have marketing fluff. No, it is your single greatest competitive edge. Remember these key points. A story builds the trust that leads to sales. It creates loyal fans who leave better reviews. It gives you the power to stop competing on price and start competing on value. And the secret to all of it is consistency, telling that same true story everywhere. I want to leave you with this one final thought. Nobody buys just a product. They are buying into a story. They are buying a little piece of an identity. They are buying the trust that you've built. You really don't need a massive marketing budget to stand out. You just need a true, compelling story, and you already have one. Now is the time to start telling it. The world is ready to listen.